Wes here for Fishing World. I'm out in the Fishing World CJ and we've got it rigged out with the 898 side imaging Humminbird, and Ben's here today from Humminbird Australia and he's going to run through a few of the things that this sounder can do to improve your fishing.
Well, your side imaging, Wes, is more like a photograph of underneath the water. So it's taking your technology of your sonar and turning it into a picture that you can read easily on the screen. And it'll actually give you total definition. So if you're going past a pylon, you can actually see the pylon going into the sand or into the rocks. It gives you better definition.
So it actually cuts down a lot of that searching around time and gives you more time for fishing.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Wes. It just gets rid of all the guessing and all that. You can actually see what's underneath there and spend time fishing where the fish really are.
So Ben, how else can this help me improve my fishing?
Well, what it does, Wes, is it allows you to actually see what's below you. So you can actually see the structure and target different structure. And where the fish really are, you can actually see the fish on that side imaging as well.
So that really, it really cuts down your time and takes the guessing work out of it a lot too.
Yeah, very much so. Makes it nice and simple.
And I had a look at the unit before and you can obviously see the different boulders and things like that, so you know if it's a rocky bottom or a sandy bottom or whatever else you're casting to out beside you.
Yeah, it gives you all that definition. Also, you can see the weedy bottom and things like that as well, so you can start targeting specific spots.
So what do fish look like on the side imaging?
On the side imaging, they actually look like a clear white dot. They're very much defined. You can actually tell them pretty clearly from the rest of the structure.
So bigger and smaller fish, do they look the same on the screen?
No, actually they look different. You can actually tell the difference. So these small little ones will show up as that white little dot.
Yes.
But as you're getting into the bigger fish, you can actually see the shape of the fish.
Oh, that's great. So at least you know where you're targeting if there's obviously a big predator in there.
Yeah, you're right.
So obviously the question is, Ben, a lot of guys have already got a sounder in their boat and they're looking to upgrade.
Yep.
Is this going to be really difficult for them to use, or is it pretty user-friendly?
It's user-friendly even for those guys that haven't used sounders before. Humminbird try and make the sounders nice and simple and easy to use. Okay, so I'll just run you through the unit, Wes, and show you some of the things that it can do.
Okay.
These three buttons down the side here we've got, which are called our hotkeys. So it makes it nice and simple for you to have basically your top three screens.
So your favourite screen, so when you're looking for somewhere like a GPS, you just press it, job's done.
Yeah, exactly right. So on the top button here, we press that, we're on our side imaging screen. So we can press the second button and we're over to our downward imaging and our standard 2G.
Okay, yeah, that's handy.
So you can see the best of both worlds there. And as you said, you want to go to the chart plotter.
Yep.
You press the 3 button and we've actually got the side imaging and the chart plotter.
So if I wanted to pair something up different from the chart plotter to the side imaging, say bottom imaging and the chart plotter, how would I do that?
By basically just pressing the view button up the top and going to that exact screen that you wanted. So I'll just find it here for you. Okay, so you've got your bottom imaging or down imaging and your chart plotter. And we just go, we'll save it to the number 3 button.
Yep.
Just like your car stereo, just press the button and hold it down until it makes that beep sound and it's saved.
That's great, that's nice and simple too.
Very much so. So I'll just show you a few little features on the side imaging, just so you can get the best out of it.
Yes.
As you can see here, we're just tied up here at the moment, so it's just a flat bottom, because it's just the same image repeating over itself. But we'll go along, we'll have a look at some moorings and that later on.
Yeah, okay.
But whichever screen you're on, by pressing the menu button once, it brings up everything to do with that particular screen. So instead of having
to cycle scroll through everything, yeah.
That's exactly it. Makes it nice and simple for you. So, and you can go through and change the colour of the screen to whatever suits you. My favourite's the blue, but personal preference on those. And the other thing there you can start doing is you can do your side imaging enhance. So if you're thinking you're not getting enough on the screen,
yep,
just hit across and you can start adjusting your sensitivity and increasing that, or decreasing if you're getting too much information on the screen.
So do these units, say I put it in my boat, is this something I need to go and fiddle with straight up, or is it pretty well set to go?
It's set to go, but after you've gotten used to it a bit, then you can start adjusting it to your own personal preference.
Okay, so can I do, say, just look at one side instead of looking at both sides?
Yep, and that's very easy to do. What we do is we get out of that, press the exit button, hit the menu button again, and we go up to SI side. So say we wanted to look at the left-hand side, just hit it across to the left.
And that obviously gives you, like if you're just fishing one bank and you want to concentrate on that side because you don't really need to see what's in the middle of the river, it's really narrows it down.
The other advantage there too is with your cursor button up top here, you can move that around on the screen. So say if you're drifting along and you see a nice log that you want to start fishing because you can see some fish are around there,
Yep.
you can adjust that over the top of it, and then you just hit your mark button.
So even if you've gone over it, you can
Exactly,
stop.
yep, because you freeze the frame, so it makes it nice and simple.
That's a great feature.
And the other thing we've just done there too, because we've got a blank SD card in there as well,
Okay.
we've actually saved that as a screenshot onto that SD card.
So you can go back at the end of the day and have a look at those images you've actually taken.
Exactly right, and you can tell your wife that there was actually fish here and that you did catch them.
So does the side imaging actually have a depth that it can read to, or is it endless?
No, it's not endless, unfortunately. It can go down to 45 metres in depth,
Okay.
but it can also go out to 75 metres either side of the boat.
Okay, so is that 75 metres in total? So half of 75 either side, or 75
either
each side?
so
Okay.
basically 150 metres.
Yep.
It's the same thing again, we just press that menu button once, and then we can go down to our side imaging range.
Okay, so you can narrow it down like a normal sounder, and in that screen you can narrow down what distance you need, like say your casting distance, obviously.
Exactly. So as you see here, you can do up to 360 feet maximum, and we've got it set at 52.
So that'd be good for looking for schools of tailor and things like that in an open bay.
Exactly right. Yep. And then when you find them, you can adjust it down to that distance, so you're getting better detail on the screen.
So can you actually use the side imaging at high speed, or is it does it work better at certain speeds?
It works better at a walking speed, Wes. Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. So you can just go along past your favourite snag or something like that, walking speed once, and then come back around and fish it. Obviously, if you see there's a school of fish or fish in that holding on
that's
that
right.
snag.
Yep. Whereas as you can see here, we've got the trees here on the side of the bank, and a lot of them are actually falling in, but you just don't know how far they're actually coming into the water or what's actually hanging around them.
Okay, yep.
Whereas with the side imaging here that we've got, we can actually see exactly what's there and what sort of trees they are underneath the water, whether they're actually just tree branches or whether they're actually a bushy tree.
So you can see how wide it is on the sounder.
Exactly, so as you can see here, like you've got one little tree branch sticking up. You don't know how big the actual tree is underneath the water, whereas with the side imaging you can tell exactly where the tree branch is and how big it is. Hey Wes, just on that snag in front of us, there's some fish on the screen. Let's see if we can get them.
No worries, Ben. Side imaging, it's pretty cool stuff. Check it out.